You're listening to Adesope Live.
DEY RAP. Forget DEY RAP. Yeah, I appreciate that. But I'm never want to ask for flowers. You know, if you don't give me my flowers, that's your business. Okay, I'll give myself my flowers because I realize stage is an art. Stage is a big part of our business. So it has to be done perfect.
The new sauce that Adekunle is
Coming
basking.
Oh, change it for a while. AG Baby. Because that's a new artist. That's a new artist entirely.
Facts.
Not that they could good again. AG Baby came through like a wrecking ball. Oh, scatter everything. You know that collab I'm making.
Chike.
Oh yeah, of
That
course.
knee down.
As it is on the track right now. Because I said to the producer, I said, guy, don't touch it. That is a spiritual stuff. And what this guy have dropped right now is a classic.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of Adesope Live, the official Afrobeats podcast, where we break down the hottest topics in the culture and invite some of the superstars within our genre to come and have a sit down with me. I'm live here at the Afro Media Studios in London. Shout outs to all the support, likes, comments, sharing. Keep it coming. We appreciate that, and the subscriptions as well. Joining me all the way from Lagos, Nigeria, is a superstar within our culture, an actor, a rapper, now a singer, an activist, and a lawyer. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the most gifted and talented brother, Falz, the bad guy.
Thank you so much, sir. That is quite an introduction.
My brother.
Nice one, bro.
Listen, nobody would see you and think that you haven't slept. You basically haven't slept in the last 24 hours. It's been a very eventful 24 hours.
Very, very eventful, like you said. You know, it's been a crazy series of events, but I'm happy, man. I'm happy, and you know, it's our lifestyle. No sleep for the wicked.
That was the first question I was going to ask you. That how you feeling, how you doing, but you know, you answered that already. You're a happy man now. Most importantly, because your album, the album is out it's done, packaged, should be out in a couple of days. You'll be listening to this probably after the album's out. But first of all, how do you feel to have completed your album and presenting it to the world?
I'm super excited, man. I'm super excited. It's a body of work I've been working on for a couple of years actually.
Wow.
Yeah, I missed all the lockdown wahala, you know, from 2020 to 2021, you know, and now we're in 2022, of course. So during that period of time, you know, I was recording still, and I was trying to do things differently. You know, I wanted to invoke a new version of myself, and I think I was able to achieve that with this project. So I'm just super, super excited that it's finally dropping.
You know, one of the things that I wanted to speak to you about, obviously we had the pandemic that put a massive stop on life as we know it. Someone like you found different ways to be creative and entertaining online. I saw the chef Falz come on Instagram Live. Talk to me about how you dealt with such a huge shock to the world and putting a stop on bread and butter for a lot of entertainers and creatives like yourself.
Man. My brother, that's why I entered the kitchen in case of anything. So at least you can have other stream of income. No, it was crazy, man. It was a big shocker to everyone. You know, no one expected that sort of thing. You know, we've never been in that sort of situation where we're so grounded, you know, if you like. And because our lifestyle is very on the go, you know, Lagos today, London tomorrow, New York the next. You know, that was torture, if you like. But we had to find ways to enjoy that period and kind of make the best of it. And like you said, you know, that was why I was trying to, you know, create all these other different things, entertaining things to do while we were locked down.
What did you discover about yourself during that time that you probably hadn't discovered before?
That's a very interesting question. I would say I discovered that I love my own company, but I feel like I knew that already. I love being by myself. I love it more than anything. like I feel just that lockdown for me. It wasn't like, oh yeah, this is crazy, I can't see people. It was just, oh, this is crazy, I can't carry on with work as I know it. You know, not necessarily because I couldn't go out and see people or whatever. I like to just be by myself. And, you know, maybe because, you know, I'm just the kind of person that likes to do a lot of, like, thinking. I just do a lot of reflection, a lot of thinking, a lot of, I guess creative work as well involves, a lot of reasoning. So, it was a good time for me.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
one thing I wanted to touch on briefly before we move into the music, I spoke to you during the listening of the album Bad, by the way. Incredible album. Is I wanted to speak to you, obviously, before it was during the pandemic during the pandemic was when the NSAR situation happened, which you were heavily involved with your activism spirit and speaking out for the generation that you're part of and also generation that looks at you. How was that for you as a musician as an entertainer to drop that hat and really pick up a hat that was purely activism and fighting for justice and social justice basically?
It's always I feel like it's always been ingrained in me. It's always been a part of me. Will always be a part of me. That activism, and at the time it was a necessity. Police brutality was something is something we have been struggling with for the longest time. For the longest time. And a lot of people complain online, people do this, people say that, and nothing actually really happened. So at the time it was important to step out into the streets and take it beyond just complaining online. And the way that the movement went, even I didn't expect that it'll be that huge. But I'm happy that it gathered that much momentum, because that momentum is what we're still carrying on to this day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We recently saw the shocking news of what took place in Ondo, where there was a massacre during a church service, which highlighted again the lack of security and confidence that the people have. What are your thoughts about this reoccurrence of, the unknown gunmen, as the phrase has become very popular in Nigeria? How disappointing.
Too many massacres, bro. Too many massacres, bro. It's crazy. It's becoming so gory. It's becoming almost like a war zone. And it's so terrible to think about, bro. It's so terrible. Every single time these things happen, it's like your heart just sinks. You don't even know what to say, what to do, because everyone just feels so helpless. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse by the day. I'm seeing some other breaking news, even after the Ondo ones, some breaking news here and there, about something happening in Abuja, something happening in Kogi. I don't really know what the situation is exactly, because I'm over here. But I'm scheduled to be back in a few days, but it's like my heart is even beating. I don't even know. I'm afraid because everything is so no one feels secure anymore. And man, I don't know. In terms of actual solutions to the problems, is the only viable solution, I guess, at this point will be, looking to the upcoming elections and hoping that a new set of people that would actually change, the state of things would come in. But of course, no guarantees. So everyone is just in limbo. Man, it's one of the worst periods that we've ever been in, if not the worst situation that this country has ever been in. It feels literally like rock bottom. Yeah.
Another question I wanted to ask is, how easy or difficult is it for you, or was it for you, having gone through the NSAS movement, being so involved in driving the force and speaking out and, to put that down and focus back on work and go back into creative mode? Did you have any hesitation thinking about perception, how that was going to flip in the in the public eye, how your fans were going to react to that, if your fans wanted you to go straight back into music and be jolly again? What were you battling with, if you battled with anything?
Man, my brother, it's crazy because it's kind of like the way everyone in Nigeria operates. It's never even been a situation of, oh, put this down, take this up. It's like momentarily. In that moment, you kind of look away, because if you wallow in this, you
go
you
down-
can die.
Yes. You go down
So
the path.
it's like kind of like just shifting it a bit to a slightly happier tone, a slightly happier color of emotion,
Facts.
to sort of keep you afloat, because everything here is just so dark. Everything is so gloomy. And so it's also kind of important because the people also need something to keep them going. And entertainment has always been that thing.
Yes.
Entertainment has
Facts.
always been, and that's why Nigerians, it's a blessing, but at the same time, it's become a curse for us. Nigerians are these sort of people that they're going through the worst,
Facts.
but they will always find light in that situation because that humor is that thing that has sort of helped them out of all these traumatizing events that we keep on going through.
Yes.
So it's so crazy, man. It's so crazy. But it's kind of like that, I guess, just momentarily looking for a glimmer of color in this gloomy atmosphere.
You're a talented man. Not only do you make music, write, you do skits, comedy, you also act in movies, the big screen. Talk to me about your acting career and how exciting, what type of outlet does that give you and your creativity? What is it like?
Yeah, I've grown a huge passion for film. It's something I stumbled into. I didn't initially know that I was gonna go down this road. Music was primarily it. Excuse me. Music was primarily it, but along the line, I stumbled into it, and I'm loving it more and more every day. I set up my production company.
Wow.
In 2020, actually, House 21 Media. We're working on making a lot more content. We did the series, the web series Therapy.
That was so funny. Shout outs to Toke Makiwa.
Bovi was on that.
Funny.
Lasisi was on that. Josh Too Funny,
That was
and of course
funny.
Remote. Yeah. So we did 2 seasons, but we're trying to spin it off into something bigger. That's why we haven't done a season 3 at the moment. Hopefully everything goes well with that. Also co-produced a feature film, Crimes Money, which was in cinema in Nigeria and also is now available on Netflix. So yeah, we're looking to do a lot more in that realm. So me as an actor, me as a filmmaker, there's still a lot more coming. I just recently featured in an action film.
No way. I saw a bit on social media where you were all commandoed up.
Yeah, man. It's exciting for me because it's different.
Yes.
It's different. And this is a genre that not many people delve into. Maybe because of the intricacies involved in making an action film. It's not easy. Yeah. My brother, it's not easy. And all those special effects, all those things, it be like say we never fully get them right. So I feel like that's why people shy away from this genre. But I feel like I'm in the right hands on this set. Or at least when I was on this set, I felt like it. And even with the post-production work, I think everything will be done well. So I'm looking forward to this one.
I was speaking to a friend of mine who's been involved in filmmaking within the Nollywood space for quite some time. So yes, it was actually at the listening yesterday, Domo Mope. He was there. Nice. And I spoke to him. I said, Nollywood, the Nigerian movie industry, shot out of the gates, became the most prominent in Africa and one of the biggest markets in the world. Huge successes, incredible actors and actresses, fantastic producers and production companies. However, when Afrobeats decided to take a leap, you can make a record in Lagos, Nigeria now, and is competing for the highest honors in the music world internationally. But you can't say the same thing about a Nigerian movie or most Nigerian movies. In recent times, the productions that I've gotten on Netflix and stuff that, all these film houses, things that you've been part of have been fantastic. But a huge majority is still, production-wise, still suffering from what probably, their success, really, because the success they had in the 90s and into the 2000s, you would expect by now, Nollywood should have that. Yeah. But finances, professionals, what would you say it still needs to be able to say, as many films that are coming out of Nigeria, we should be enjoying them, fighting for big honors in the world?
I know what you mean. I would say the reason is probably because our film industry just didn't move along with the rest of the world. probably because as an industry, we didn't have the resources to. Resources play a huge part in production.
Facts.
You know, we watch all these huge franchises like the Marvel films and all that.
Furious
Do you know the budget they are using to shoot? Remember that if you get money, you have to shake.
Yeah.
So you know where Nigerian film won't see that kind of money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So being able to make epic movies that will be able to stand next to any kind of film in the world, it's budget. It's huge budgets. So I feel like now more than ever that, you know, there's a lot more investment and, you know, a lot more newer productions are coming out. We're starting to see that it's edging closer and closer.
Absolutely.
So I think definitely we'll get there. There's no denial in the fact that our stories are beautiful. Our actors are super talented. We have what it takes.
Facts.
There's no denying that. It's just, you know, having the right resources. And I think we're getting closer and closer to that.
Don actually made mention of a couple of things. He said, like, the wedding party had over 300 crew members on set, and the new movie, I think it's Blood Sisters or something, had about 1,000. I haven't watched that yet, but I need to watch it. I know, I'm like,
no, that is blasphemy.
I know, disrespectful.
No, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Over 1,000 people on set.
That is a project that I was watching and I was like, oh man, I'm proud. I'm proud. No, it was really well done. Beautifully done. All the actors, everyone, every single role. There were even some breakthrough talents on there that you're like, where is this person coming from? This is amazing. So performance-wise, you know, everything, I think they did very, very well with that one.
Now, let's get back to the music. You've been consistent and notorious being a rapper, an unapologetic, you know, rapper that has been incredible with wordplay. I think, you know, you stand out. I was listening to the album with Basket Mouth, and there was a record on there that you were on. When I listened to it, I had the opportunity to speak to Basket Mouth, and I asked a big question. I'll probably ask you too. Have we given Falz the right flowers for his lyricism when it comes to rap music, or do we just take it for granted? How does Falz feel about that?
I mean, you know.
Because you got bars, my bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But I'm never want to ask for flowers. You know, if you don't give me my flowers, that's your business, okay? I'll give myself my flowers. I DEY RAP. Forget I DEY RAP. I'm not gonna ask anyone for my flowers, but you know, if it's about, do you think that I think I'm doing something right?
Facts.
Yeah, in that realm. And that's why for me, making this album, I felt like I don't have anything to prove anymore in that regard. If not rap, it's tabi. If not, you know, these kind of jams, whether not wordplay, whether not just bedu for grooving, whether not conscious music, I've done pretty much all that stuff. So for me, it was like, what's the next stage? What's the next challenge? I love challenges. That's probably why I'm so multifaceted and, you know, multidimensional, because I love taking on new challenges. What's new? What can I do that's fresh? You know, so for me, that was what it was for this project. And that's why I delved into this. And I said, okay, let me put on my Chris Brown hat.
Listen, I was describing this album to a friend of mine after I left the listening. And they were like, just paint a picture. And I said, all right, the perfect picture that comes to my mind is a little Drake, a little Chris Brown, and a lot of Falz.
Yes.
Quick message from Alat NG. I'm joined by Fumilayo from Alat, of course, NG from Wema Bank. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you.
We're here to speak about the app, the banking app, Alat.ng. Please speak to me. First of all, what is this banking app?
So it is a bank.
Great.
Not just an app, it is a bank. And essentially what it does is it allows you to do any banking transaction from the comfort of your phone. Wow. What is interesting is that you even sign up right there from your phone. You don't have to go to any banking hall to do anything. So you upload your picture, your signature, everything you do from the comfort of wherever you are. And it takes just 5 minutes.
Now, a lot of us in diaspora want to have banks in Nigeria, bank accounts in Nigeria. And one of the biggest problems we've faced, or the challenges we face, is this is the VPN number, How do we cross that hurdle?
Awesome. So what we've done, and if you go to our site, alert.ng, we have a list of agents in the UK here where you can go to and register for your BVN. And interestingly, we've added on the NIN. Right now, you need the NIN to do everything in Nigeria. So once you do that,
They were
it's
like,
possible.
What is that? I said, that is exactly what I heard, which
Yeah.
is a blend of hip hop and R&B, sweet, soulful, cool Afro beats.
Yeah.
But there's still records where you're talking your talk on there. Where was there hesitation in the camp? Shout outs to the bad guys camp. It's a tight knit family from day one. Femi, everybody, Aboki, everybody. When you sat them down to say, I think I want to go in this direction where I'll be singing a lot more. What was the feeling in the camp? And
They were all for it, man. They were all for it. Left to themselves, I would have not put any record that had any close resemblance to my original style. They just wanted it completely different. And eventually it was still that, but there's still on some songs, maybe one or two, you can still hear elements of the Falz that you're familiar with. Yeah, of course. But I said to them that at the end of the day, it's not just going to be like bam, it's still like that, but those elements, cannot be missing. They still have to be there. But yeah, everyone was all for it. Everyone was ready for the new journey, and we went on it.
12 records recorded specifically for this album, or different recordings that you eventually now put together, feeling like all these records sound probably for a body of work together?
Most of them recorded intentionally for this project. Yeah, only maybe one or two that I had previously, and I said, "Oh shit, this works beautifully on this," and then slotted them in. Yeah, but most of them recorded specifically for this project.
Collaborators are very interesting and eclectic. A Queen Tiwa Savage on there, a record featuring the legend Timaya and the new boy Spice.
Yeah.
You've got Benson, aka Buju, on there.
Yeah.
And you definitely have my favorites, the Cavemen on there.
Yeah.
Are these collaborators that you handpicked specifically for this project, or was it just the music that moved that way?
Yeah.
That you felt like these were the right collaborators for that.
LAX is on there as well. By
And
the way.
LAX,
Yeah, LAX is
with
on
that
there as
record
well.
was
Yeah,
crazy
Roger
too.
Miller.
Roger
Yeah.
Miller.
Yeah. These collaborations for me were like, I needed to find people that had the vibe that I thought would go sweetly with what I had already, and people I had always wanted to work with as well. So for the Tiwa track, for example, it was like, I had this vibe on the song already, and I thought what element would be a nice fusion, and bring that little synergy and that little mix that would be so delicious, And she brought me a little bit of that caramel flavor.
Facts.
Like putting caramel on top of vanilla. Oh, was so delicious. So delicious. So that one was a dream, because Tiwa, of course, she's a queen.
Absolutely.
She's a goddess. It was it was great working with her. The Caveman track, of course. Oh man, always been a huge Caveman fan, and we've actually worked on a lot more tracks than this one.
Wow.
Still coming. Don't worry. Caveman are an entire vibe, and I feel like we have to explore a lot more musically. So they are amazing. They're super amazing.
Absolutely.
It was a joy to work on that one. The track with LAX.
Yeah.
Roger Miller, obviously a huge African legend, African hero.
Yeah.
We had to pay homage to him.
Facts.
Paying homage to him on that track, and in a very groovy fashion. Timaya and Boy Spice.
Yeah, Boy Spice is a new kid that just signed to Maven Records. Obviously, Maven knows how to roll them out, so everybody takes them in. But you're telling us yesterday that this record existed before the boy had a big deal.
Yeah, definitely.
That's big.
We worked on this like a while ago, and at the time I had seen a couple clips of him online
On Instagram.
Like, who is this guy? Who be this guy? This guy has such immense talent, man. And I had just extended an invite to him to come to the studio. And then, when we got in studio, he dropped this. This was the first verse that he dropped in
Wow.
that studio. This was, and I was like, guy, is everything okay with you? Did you come here angry? No, it was crazy, and it was so perfect for the record. And Timaya as well, that element that he just brought to legend. Now, what can I say about Papi
He can make a hit in his sleep.
It's second nature. It's second nature. So that element that he brought, of course, was also priceless. Yeah, man. Is there any other collab I'm missing?
Chike,
Oh yeah, of course.
Knee Down.
Of course. Yeah.
That record is. Hey, listen, that record. I'm tipping that record to go all the way, bro.
That record is spiritual.
Crazy.
It's spiritual. I'll tell you a funny story. We're in the studio, we're working, and producers were just playing beats, and everybody was just vibing. I already told him to come through that. We're working in a certain, what we have like production camps where you just set up shop and so wherever you are, and he just like knocked on the door and came into the room. As soon as he entered the room, the beat that was playing was that beat of the song. So as soon as he heard it, he was like, record me. And he dropped that entire chorus as it is on the track right now.
Wow.
Because I said to the producer, I said, guy, don't touch it. That is a spiritual stuff. And what this guy have dropped right now is a classic. Absolute. It was absolutely spiritual. Those kind of records just come once. It's not like you don't plan it. You can't really plan it. Yeah, you can't redo it. You cannot get it the way that you have done it that first time. Don't bother retaking it. There are a lot of takes like that. Once that take comes like that and you can hear the emotion in that, don't bother retaking it because it can never be like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Listen, again, an amazing 12-track album. Bad, of course, by Falz, the bad guy. What is your gauge for success with this project?
Woo.
What would that be for you?
I guess consumption, people should just consume it, continue streaming it. Maybe billion streams, I guess, would be a gauge for, for success for the project. I guess that's probably a general way to gauge success for projects across board as well, just how well accepted it is. Okay, that's another thing. How well received it is. That's another thing, just general feedback. That's important because, like I said earlier on, it's a new realm for me. So I'm also eager to see, how it will be received.
You've had, TikTok. TikTok has become one of the most important elements of music marketing nowadays.
Remember that? I saw a meme the other day where they said artists being forced by their labels
to do videos on TikTok.
Oh man, hilarious.
But the thing is, you've also tasted a little bit of that success with Bob Daddy, with Single and Searching. And how important is social media now?
Social media is huge. Social media is huge, and no one can deny that, and will always be huge. Because it basically connects the entire world. Makes the world a smaller place. And you can post something in Nigeria and they are viewing in Australia, Japan, Korea, China, and all over the world. So at the end of the day, it makes the world a smaller place. So social media plays a huge part with art.
Who of these new young talents? I know you mentioned Spice, you worked Boy Spice, you worked with Buju Benson. Which other young talents that have just come through the door, especially during this pandemic, that you're feeling?
Oh wow, a lot of
that you are enjoying.
I love Ira Star.
Yemi said the same thing.
I love Ira Star.
I don't know. There's just something. I can't talk enough about her.
Yeah, there's just something about. She just has one flavor. Yes, just one flavor. It's like I don't give a fuck, but like it's there.
Yeah.
I love Chike.
Oh, that's the new street.
Well, that didn't mean
That's the streets.
Zinoliski. Zinoliski is super talented, man. Zinoliski is a talent. I'd definitely love to work with him. I'm a Rema fan. I'm a Rema fan as well.
Yeah.
I'm a Rema fan as well, for sure.
Those
But I don't
are-
know if we can say new because Rema too has been putting out stuff for some time now.
Yeah,
You
for
know.
at least a
Yeah,
year. But
yeah.
during the pandemic is when everything kind of,
came together.
exploded. It looks like the scene continues to grow. We're seeing, obviously the big stages, the Burna Boy and Wizkid, and you're seeing your brother Adekunle Gold as well. Enjoy
That's
some
my bro. That's
incredible.
my bro.
Talk to me about
Yeah.
the new sauce that Adekunle
He's
is
coming
basking.
Oh, change it for a while. No, it's crazy. I think no one can deny that Adekunle Go 2.0. Sorry, I take that back. AG Baby. Because that's a new artist. That's a new artist entirely.
Facts.
Not Adekunle Go again. AG Baby came through like a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
All scatter everything. And the way that he transitioned, has to be studied. It should be like a course.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he needs to
I agree.
set up a master class. Say, okay, my dear, to be brand, all right, he did it so perfectly. Everything was neat, and I'm so super happy for him, man. He's a brother, so I'm super happy for him. Everything is just going so smoothly at the moment.
Any videos shot for any other singles apart from obviously you have Ice Cream,
Yeah.
But from the new records that are coming out, the Chike, the LAX, the Timaya,
Yeah.
Any one of those touched yet?
Yeah, I know there's definitely going to be a lot of videos
Yeah.
of this project. At the moment, I've already shot all night. Yeah, I've already shot all night. As soon as I land Lagos, I'm going on set for Knee-Down with Chike.
With Chike,
Yeah.
that's about to go. That's about to go.
It has to happen. And I've started, because I'm shooting it in parts, I've started shooting for Parampe.
Wow, that's the flavor that had the fella in there and all of those stuff.
That was the one.
Have you started thinking about performing these records? Because listen, if these records are accepted the way I think they are going to be accepted, you're going to have to start singing on stage
Yeah, man.
and doing all those notes. Have you started thinking and preparing for that?
I started warming up. I started drinking hot tea and lime, warming my vocal cord.
Yeah.
But we'll rock it now. That's why I said I love taking on new challenges,
Facts.
man. It's a challenge. There's an art of recording. There's another entire art of performing.
Which you have mastered. The art of performances.
Thank you.
Your performances have been iconic
Thank you,
from
bro.
the get-go.
Appreciate
Even
that.
when it costs you a lot of money to do that.
Yeah.
You know.
Because I realized stage is an art. Stage is a big part of our business. So it has to be done and done perfect. So when it comes to performing these songs, don't worry. We'll do it in a way that you said you'll be like, wait, team be this.
Finally, family is a very important part of you. You tell your story always wrapped around family, your dad, your mom. At the listening, one of the loudest voices in the crowd was your sister. What is it like to get such loud applause and support from the people that mean the most to you?
Both of my sisters, actually.
Yes, but one of them was in front. The other one was. Yeah. Talk to me about that.
It's priceless, man. It's priceless. Family is everything. Family is everything. One cannot deny the importance of family. They're just the ones that will always be there for you. Even whether they like it or not, they
Facts.
must be there for you.
Facts.
So family is that where you know that whatever worst case scenario, family will always be there. So it's always a beautiful thing. I'm always happy to have family around, to have their support, and I'm grateful that I have the kind of family that I have.
And finally, what word would you like to leave with the listeners, the viewers, not only about Bad, the album, but also about just the rise of and popularity of our African culture that's been accepted worldwide? What would you like to say to our people, man?
The Afrobeats is up. Afrobeats is up. Now is the time, I'm glad the world is finally catching up. It's always been mad. It's not like we're just tapping into a new sauce. We've always had this sauce. But the world is just tasting the sauce.
Facts.
I didn't know what happened to their taste board before. But they are just tasting that sauce. And I know they will never recover from it.
Facts.
It's not a phase. A lot of people think that, this is a wave. Afrobeats is just a wave right now. My brother, the immense array of talent
That's
that
waiting
is
to
still
come
coming.
through.
The world is not ready, bro. The world is Afrobeats is here to stay.
Facts.
Yeah, and finally about the bad album. Just expect the unexpected.
Facts.
Yeah, it's definitely nothing like you expect to hear. When you hear it, you'll be like, what's happening here? Who is this? Falz be this? Who be this? Those are kinds of questions I was getting at the listening last night. So it's a new journey for me, and I hope it's a journey that you will enjoy. So stay tuned.
Absolutely. With that said, my brother, always a pleasure taking time out. Even though you haven't slept, you've got so many meetings, you're flying out in a couple of days.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Yeah, you played at my club, Manchester United. Even though you're an Arsenal fan, you must still feel iconic to have walked on the Old Trafford pitch.
It was a dream, bro. It was a dream. I'm not a Man U fan. I was thinking in my mind, playing in this stadium, will it spoil my football? Could it be? But no, it was a beautiful experience. So many greats, so many legends have stepped on that pitch, and I was privileged enough to be there and also to score a wonderful finish. Oh,
Yeah, right.
I'm so grateful.
Listen, it's the one and only, the incredible. Thank you once again, brother. Falz, the bad guy.
Thank you.
Pick up the bad album and stream as much as you can. You're going to love it. Trust me.
Stream it, Joe, please. Thank you.